Well, hello everyone. Today for our next video, we are going to I'm going to show you how to reserve a room and request resources on 25 Live. The easiest way to get to 25 Live and how I do is I just go to our homepage. I scroll down to the A to Z. You will click on that and then click 25 Live Login. A couple things to remember with 25 Live is if you have a personal account for whatever reason for your department or anything like that, please be sure to remember not to use that when reserving rooms for a student organization. The reason for that is when you don't do that, that doesn't go through the proper channels to ensure that everything gets scheduled on time. When you log in as a student organization, that goes through Mandy, our office manager, and then she verifies to ensure that everything is going to be set up correctly. There's not any other times or anything like that, just to ensure there's no conflicts. A couple policies and just things that we do, just to remind you, is we don't allow student organizations to have events on top of each other if they're going to pull from the same student population. The reason behind that is we want to allow that every organization will have enough access to the student population to attend their events that they can, and we're not worried about organizations pulling from each other. Also, too, if you have any kind of questions or that, you can let myself, Mandy, or Karen Smith know. The three of us can point you in the right direction or help you out with anything. But also be sure to be aware of that there is a couple rules when it comes to setting up a timeline. We ask that all student organizations have everything done 2 weeks prior in advance. That way, in case anything happens, they have chances to change it. And also, too, just in general, you cannot schedule things 3 days out. You have to have more than that to schedule. The reason behind that is to ensure that your resources and everything are set up the way they need to be. So once you get to this first page, you will sign in. I'm going to sign in under my personal account, but remember, if you're signing in for a student organization, you have to sign in with your student organization account in your login. All right, so once you get signed in and logged in everything, this is how it's going to look. A way to kind of verify if you want to be able to see if a time is open, anything like that, is you can kind of look at this general schedule. Mine's going to look a lot more cluttered and a lot more busy than yours is, because since I have all the student organizations, it's going to come on my account. What I would do is, if you're just trying to find a time or a place or anything like that, and say you have a location, you can go up here where it says locations. You can click on that. So say you wanted to see if the Mez was open. So you would type in Mez, click on that, and then it would show you all the events that are scheduled for that time during that day. So if you want to go to a certain day, so you want to go a couple weeks in advance, you just click right here and just keep going. And you can see that, say you wanted to have it on April 16th, you can see that the Mez is open on the 16th at any point in time. All right, so the best way to start your event and to do all the requests and schedule anything like that is to go right up here in the top left-hand where it says Event Wizard. You click on that, and that's going to give you a step-by-step rundown of what to do, and I'll kind of show you. So say it's an event, you'll put chapter meeting or whatever it is. You don't need to worry about an expanded event type. For event type, I've kind of saved a couple of mine. It can be most of them are going to be under meeting, or you can if you want to change it to like if it's a performance, or if it's a film or a movie, information table, a lecture, performance, anything like that, whatever it's going to require to be. If it's just a social, say it's just a gathering, you click on that. That just allows us to keep track of what type of events that we're going to have. Sponsoring department, you always click student life. You don't need to worry about anything about additional organizations. So then you simply click next. You'll put how many you expect in attendance. So say you expect it's 50. You don't need the exact number, but it's just expected. So say we have 50 people attending the event. You'll do some kind of event description. This is the weekly chapter meetings. All that does is it allows, if anyone's looking for it like that, have a better understanding of the description of the event. If it occurs multiple times, I'll show you a couple things of that. So let's say it's just a one-time thing. You would just click no. And as you can see, since today is April the 1st, it doesn't allow me to do it. I'm not allowed to do anything within those 3-day span. So just be sure you are aware of that. So the first day I can do anything is the 4th, on the Thursday. You will click some kind of time, whatever time it is to start. If your event requires you to kind of set up a teardown, please just be sure to, on this part up here, to just indicate how long the event is, if it starts at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. If you require any kind of setup beforehand, like say you need to get in the room an hour early to set up flyers or tables or anything like that, you would just click yes and then indicate how long you need to be in there beforehand. And then also too, if you need some time afterwards to tear down or take anything away, the same exact thing. You need 1 hour, you need 2 hours to clean up, whatever it is. But just be sure to remember that up here you just put how long the event lasts. Don't worry about adding the pre-event setup and post-event takedown, anything like that. I'm going to go back and show you if you have multiple times, a couple of things that you can do. So say you have multiple events. Let's say the first meeting we have is going to be on April the 8th, and we're going to do it at 5 o'clock p.m. and it's just going to be an hour. But I would like to be in there an hour before just so I can get my presentation ready, everything like that. So I'll just click next, and then you can click how many times you want it to repeat. So if you want it to repeat daily, you want it to repeat all the way through the 12th, it'll do all that right there. It's the same exact times, everything like that. So you don't need to go back in and make 5 separate events. You just add that on there. All the information's kept, set up, anything like that. Say if you want to repeat it weekly, like let's say you want to repeat it, until May the 20th. So you want every Monday, right now until the 20th. You also do monthly, like say your event is on a certain day or by a certain position. If it's anything like the first Monday or the last Monday, anything like that, you can put on there and it does it for you automatically. So you don't have to worry about going in and making individual times and dates, anything like that for it. I'm just going to go back to no. We're just going to work through this one. So it's from 5 to 6. So you click on that. And so here's where you go by locations. If you have any questions about what a location is, you can't find it, just let us know. But typically what a lot of people do for their locations is they'll use the B&E, they'll use the Palmetto room, they'll use HNSS. So all you gotta do, so let's say you want to use the Palmetto room for it. You just type in Palmetto, just click return, and then it'll show you the different rooms that you can reserve. So this one right here is, you look at the conflict of it, you'll see a check mark if you can use it. If you see this little triangle with an exclamation point, means you can't. You can look and see Healthy for Life Peer meetings during that time. So you're like, okay, I need to find another one. You can also go to the business B&E. So I would just type in business. If you don't have a certain room, you just type that in and that'll show you all the rooms that are available. So you look right here, if you see this green check mark, that means that room is open. A couple of these, if say you don't want to know what time that is, you might be able to adjust, your schedule if you want to. If you want a specific room, you can look and see what time it is and adjust according to this plan. 140, the Soul Sister sessions has been meeting from 5 to 6. So say you want to, I really want 140 because there's about a lot of people. They'll get done at 6. I can go back and then change my time. So let's say we just want to use 136, right? Anything like that, then you can just go next. And then you do resources. So we're going to go back and show you how to do resources. So if you want to use the MES, if you want to use the whole MES, you need to be able to put this first one, the A, B, and C. So you click on that, you click next. And so here's where resources are. The key about this is to always be sure to use resources where they're at. So let's say you're in the SAC and you need a table. So you type in table. Anytime you use any kind of a resource in the SAC, you need to be sure you click the one that says SAC on it. If you click Ether Center or if you click Conference Center or one of these regular ones, they're not always going to get there, and we're going to have to go back and you have to readjust it to make sure. So always be sure you're using SAC. So you click on SAC. So we have 35-foot tables available. Indicate how many you need. So you need 10. Any kind of setup instructions like, please set up against the back wall. And our setup guys will do that for you. Say you need tables, or I meant chairs. So you click chairs. So be sure when you're clicking on this right here. We can't use any of these over here. You have to use SAC resources. So same thing. So say you need 100 chairs. You don't put that there. You put it in the quality. So you type in, you put 100, and then you can set it up for theater style. However you want to do it, you just put that setup instructions in right here. Say you need round tables. You'll type in round tables. And you can see right here the SAC. So if you need more than 15, just put that request in and then email Mandy or myself, and then we can be sure to get you the other tables as needed. So you just go to the end. The next part of what you have, please just disregard that. That won't show up as long as you do it correctly. Anything right here. So if you have an event that's open to the public or you want other people to attend, you can choose what calendar it goes on. Always be sure to put it under master calendar, student event, and then anything else that you think it might be. If you want to, target graduate students, undergraduate students, if it's free or no admission, if it's academic related, or say it's a chapter meeting you don't want anybody attending, it's like one of those meetings that's just for the members, you can click on do not display on published calendars, and it'll do that for you. You'll click next. Any kind of comments you need to have, anything that we need to be aware of, you'll put that here. And then you always need to click agree. Once it comes down to the acknowledgement, you'll click next. And then yours won't look like this. It'll just say tentative. All you gotta do is just click save, and then after that happens, it'll go to our people, and then we'll go through and be sure to get it all set up. If we have any questions, we'll be sure to reach out to you. And then if you have any questions about setting up, you can also just let us know as well. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me or call me, and I'll be more than glad to help you out.